Hello viewers, I am Taram Kumar Gondwal, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. The following video is prepared as per the syllabus and course outline of Maharshi Dayanand University. However, there are mostly general topics which cover the working and theoretical aspects of civil engineering. For best understanding and conceptualizing clearly, please do not skip the video and watch till end. At the end of the video and each topic and each section, we will be discussing about the related important questions, feasibility and working application. Let's start the video. Hello students, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's session, we will continue with the subject design of concrete structures, and today we will discuss about the minimum eccentricity value in concrete columns. So in practical constructions, columns are rarely truly concentric, क्योंकि एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस में, रियल ग्राउंड प्रैक्टिस में कंक्रीट को बिल्कुल कॉन्सेंट्रिक बनाना पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाता है कि वो एक्चुअल एकदम सेंटर पे अपना एक्चुअल लोड ले पाए. Even a theoretical column loaded axially will have accidental eccentricity due to inaccuracy in construction or variation of materials, etc. तो अगर हम थ्योरी में कॉलम को एक्चुअली लोडेड बनाते हैं, फिर भी एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस में जो कॉलम है वो एक्चुअली प्योरली एक्चुअल नहीं होता है. एक एक्सीडेंटल इसेंट्रिसिटी अपने आप जनरेट हो जाती है, जो कि मटेरियल की रीजन से हो सकती है, कंस्ट्रक्शन इनएक्यूरेसी की वजह से हो सकती है, वर्कमैनशिप के रीजन से हो सकती है, या कोई भी रीजन हो सकता है. Accordingly, all actually loaded columns should be designed considering the minimum eccentricity, which is stipulated in clause 25.4 of IS 456 and is given below as well. तो इसीलिए एक मिनिमम इसेंट्रिसिटी कंसिडर करके ही कॉलम्स को डिजाइन करना चाहिए. ये हमें नहीं मानना चाहिए कि कॉलम प्योरली एक्चुअली लोडेड ही होगा. तो जो स्टेबुलेशन है आईएस कोड में वो कुछ इस तरीके से गिवन है. ई एक्स मिनिमम इसेंट्रिसिटी in x direction minimum value, it should be greater than or less than it should be greater than or equal to, ये जो वैल्यू है इसेंट्रिसिटी की, ग्रेटर ऑफ L by 500 प्लस D by 30 और 20 mm. तो L by 500 और D by 30 को ऐड करके जो वैल्यू है या फिर 20 mm आए, इन दोनों में से जो भी वैल्यू ज्यादा आएगी उस वैल्यू से ज्यादा या बराबर मिनिमम इसेंट्रिसिटी की वैल्यू होनी चाहिए एक्स डायरेक्शन में, where L, D and B are unsupported length, larger lateral dimension and least lateral dimension respectively. जैसा कि हम पहले डिस्कस करते आ रहे हैं वही नोटेशंस हैं. And EY minimum should be greater than or equal to greater of L by 500 plus B by 30 this time or 20 mm. Governing equation for short axially loaded tied columns. तो अगर शॉर्ट एक्सियली लोडेड टाइड कॉलम है तो उसके लिए जो गवर्निंग इक्वेशन है वो क्या होगी? फैक्टर्ड कॉन्सेंट्रिक लोड अप्लाइड ऑन शॉर्ट टाइड कॉलम्स इज रेजिस्टेड बाय कंक्रीट ऑफ एरिया AC एंड लॉन्गिट्यूडनल एरिया ऑफ स्टील ASC इफेक्टिवली हेल्ड बाय लेटरल टाइज एट इंटरवल्स. तो जो भी लोड आने वाला है उसको हम फैक्टर कर लेते हैं, वो कंक्रीट और स्टील दोनों मिलके उसको विथस्टैंड करते हैं, और जो स्टील है कंक्रीट के अंदर दे आर हेल्ड बाय लेटरल टाइज एट स्पेसिंग्स. अज्यूमिंग द डिजाइन स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ कंक्रीट एंड स्टील एज 0.4 FCK, यानी कि जो एक्चुअल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्ट्रेंथ है उसको 0.4 टाइम्स कर देंगे, और जो यील्ड स्ट्रेस है स्टील का उसको 0.67 टाइम्स कर देंगे. So we can write it as this form. So PU is factored axial load on the member, and this value is given by this formula: 0.4 FCK into AC ये concrete के लिए, and 0.67 FY ASC ये steel के लिए. तो इतना factored axial load it will be acting on the member, where FCK is characteristic compressive strength of concrete, AC is area of concrete, FY is characteristic strength of compression reinforcement, and ASC is area of longitudinal reinforcement of columns. The above equation is given in clause 39.3 of IS 456. This equation. It has two unknowns, AC and ASC which can be determined from one equation. तो जो AC और ASC इसमें unknowns है, इनकी वैल्यू हम नीचे इक्वेशंस गिवन है उससे निकाल सकते हैं. The equation is recast in terms of AG. तो जो ये इक्वेशन है इसको AG ग्रॉस एरिया की टर्म्स में दोबारा से रिकास्ट किया जाता है. एंड P द परसेंटेज ऑफ कंप्रेशन रीइंफोर्समेंट एम्प्लॉइंग, और परसेंटेज ऑफ कंप्रेशन रीइंफोर्समेंट की टर्म्स में फॉर्मूला बनाया जाता है. तो फॉर्मूला कुछ इस तरीके से है, ASC इज इक्वल्स टू P AG अपॉन 100. तो यहाँ पे P परसेंटेज ऑफ कंप्रेशन रीइंफोर्समेंट, AG इज ग्रॉस एरिया ऑफ कंक्रीट, एंड AC is given by this AG multiplied by 1 minus percentage of steel upon 100. So this can be written like this. If PU we take from here and putting the value of AC and ASC, we get this as equation. PU upon AG is equal to 0.4 FCK plus P upon 100 multiplied by 0.67 FY minus 0.4 FCK. This equation can be used for direct computation of gross area of concrete when PU, that is factored load acting actually, characteristic strength of concrete and yield stress of steel are known by assuming P ranging from 0.8 to 4. तो अगर यहाँ अगर हम ये इक्वेशन यूज करें तो हम AG निकाल सकते हैं, यानी कि ग्रॉस एरिया ऑफ कंक्रीट यहाँ पे निकाल सकते हैं अगर हमें PU, FCK और FY पता है, और P की वैल्यू, स्मॉल p की वैल्यू हम 0.8 से 4 ले सकते हैं. These are the minimum and maximum percentage of longitudinal reinforcement respectively. Minimum 0.8 होना चाहिए, maximum 4 होने चाहिए. This equation can also be employed to determine AG and P in similar manner by assuming P. So now we'll move to a numerical. The question is like this: design the reinforcement in a column of size 400 mm by 600 mm subjected to an axial load of 2000 kilonewton under service dead load and live load. The column has an unsupported length of 4 meter and effectively held in position and restrained against rotation in both ends. We have to use M25 grade concrete and Fe415 steel. तो क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि 400 by 600 mm का डायमेंशन का कंक्रीट कॉलम कास्ट करना है, उसकी रीइंफोर्समेंट पता लगानी है जिसपे कि एक एक्शियल लोड आ रहा है 2000 किलो न्यूटन विच इज अंडर सर्विस डेड लोड एंड लाइव लोड. कॉलम की अनसपोर्टेड लेंथ 4 मीटर है और जो कि रिस्ट्रेन्ड है मोमेंट्स के लिए दोनों एंड से. M25 FCK एंड FY is 415. So first step is to check if the column is short or long or slender. यानी कि short है या फिर slender है. Slender और long एक ही बात है जैसा कि आप लोग जानते हैं. We are given with L is equals to 4000 mm. As you can see, B is small little dimension is 400 and large dimension is 600. So B is 400, capital D 600. As per table 28 of IS 456, LEX is equals to LEY and is given by 0.65 L. तो इस इक्वेशन को यूज करके it becomes 2600 mm. तो LEX और LEY की वैल्यू, इफेक्टिव लेंथ की वैल्यू 2600 हो जाती है. Now we'll check LEX upon D ratio. LEX upon D becomes 2600 upon 600. So this value is 4.33, which is less than 12. LEY upon B becomes 2600 upon 400, which is 6.5, and it is also less than 12. So this means it is a short column because both these values are less than 12. Next, we have to incorporate minimum eccentricity. So EX minimum is the greater of LEX upon 500 plus D upon 30 and 20. तो इन दोनों में जो भी वैल्यू बढ़ी आएगी. So LEX upon 500 plus D upon 30 is greater value than 20 and it comes out to be 25.2 mm. तो हम 25.2 mm ले लेंगे. Then EY minimum, इस केस में ये वैल्यू कम हो जाती है, then we will consider 20 mm only. तो मिनिमम इसेंट्रिसिटी जनरेशन जो भी होगा वो हमने इसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कर लिया. Now 5% of D, 0.05 into D is 30 mm, which is greater than 25.2 mm, and 0.05 of B is 20 mm, which is equal to 20 mm. Therefore, the equation given in clause 39.3 of ISO 456 is applicable for the design here. तो ये वाली condition satisfy हो रही है, ये वैल्यू से बड़ी और इसके बराबर है, it is equal and greater than and equal to this value. तो हम इस केस में क्लॉज 39.3 IS 456 की इक्वेशन 1 को यूज करेंगे. So next step is to calculate area of steel from equation this, as we discussed this equation for PU, factored axial load, we will compute the area of steel. PU की value is given in the question. It is 3000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 3. It is in terms of Newton. 0.4 FCK is 25. Area of concrete is obviously 400 multiplied by 600, multiplying both the dimensions. Minus ASC plus 0.67 FY. This value is 415, and ASC, which we have to find out. So this is the gross area, 400 into 600, and if we subtract ASC from gross area, we get area of concrete only. So from this equation, we get the value of ASC as 2238.39 mm square. As per this area of steel, we will provide 6 20 mm dia bars and 2 16 mm dia bars, which gives 2287 mm square, जिसकी वैल्यू लगभग इससे ज्यादा ही है, तो हम इसको कंसिडर कर लेंगे. तो 6 20 mm के डायास वाले बार्स और 2 16 mm के डायामीटर वाले बार्स, and percentage of steel becomes 0.953%, which is more than minimum percentage of 0.8 and less than maximum percentage of 4, hence it is okay. तो P की वैल्यू ये कंडीशन रखने से 0.953 आ जाती है. Next step is to check the value of calculate the number of and requirement of lateral ties. The diameter of transverse reinforcement is determined from clause 26.5.3.2 second of IS 456 as not less than first. तो इस क्लॉज में 456 IS में ही इसके लिए भी पूरी डिजाइन मेथोडोलॉजी दी हुई है लेटरल टाइज के लिए भी. उसमें बताया कि ये जो वैल्यू है, ये जो कंडीशन दी है, इनसे कम नहीं होनी चाहिए. It should not be less than 5/4 and 6 mm. Here 5 is the largest bar diameter used as longitudinal reinforcement. तो हमने जो सबसे बड़ा डाई यूज करा है वो 20 है. So the diameter bar used as lateral tie is 6 mm. तो अगर हम 20/4 करते हैं तो वैल्यू 5 आती है, और दूसरा केस है 6 mm. तो 5 से बड़ा है 6, तो इसलिए we will consider 6 to use as lateral ties. The pitch of lateral ties is as per clause 26.5.3.2, again same clause, but first clause this time of IS 456, and it should not be more than the least of these three. इन तीनों में से जो भी वैल्यू आएगी उससे कम नहीं होना चाहिए. जो भी सबसे कम वैल्यू आएगी उससे कम नहीं होना चाहिए. The least lateral dimension of the column 400 mm, या तो सबसे जो कॉलम का लेटरल डायमेंशन है लीस्ट वो 400 mm उसकी वैल्यू. 16 times the smallest dia of longitudinal reinforcement bar to be tied. तो smallest longitudinal dia है 16 mm का, तो 16 into 16 becomes 256 mm, and third case is 300 mm. After designing, this is how, after reinforcement detailing, this is how our concrete column is going to look. ये 400 mm की ये वाली साइड, 600 mm की ये वाली साइड, ये यहाँ पे 4 bars of this one and this one, 4 bars of 20 mm dia, these 2 bars of 20 mm dia again, then total, this means this, and these 3, they are total 6 bars of 20 mm dia, and these 2 are, and also these 2, these are total 4 bars of 16 mm dia, and these are 6 mm dia lateral ties which are spaced at 250 mm center to center spacing. So because this is the smallest value, and this, the value that we have to take should be less than the least of these values, so we'll take 250 mm, which is also lesser than this value. Therefore we'll use the value of lateral ties as, value of P for lateral ties as 250 mm. Next is IS code method for design of columns under axial load and biaxial bending. तो IS code method डिजाइन करने के लिए कॉलम का जो कि एक्शियल लोड आ रहा है जिनके ऊपर और बायएक्शियल बेंडिंग हो रही है. IS 456 recommends the following simplified methods based on Bresler's formulation for the design of biaxially loaded columns. तो जो भी कॉलम दो एक्सेस से लोडेड है, बायएक्शियली लोडेड कॉलम्स है, उनके डिजाइन के लिए Bresler's formulation यूज करते हैं. The relationship between MUXC and MUYZ for a particular value of PU and PUZ expressed in non-dimensional form is given in this form: MUX upon MUX1 whole raised to the power alpha to the power n plus MUY divided by MUY1 this raised to the power alpha to the power n, and this value should be less than equal to 1, where MUX and MUY are moments about x and y axis due to design loads, and alpha to the power n is related to PU and PUZ ratio. The value of PUZ can be determined from this expression which we have discussed: 0.45 FCK AC plus 0.75 FY ASC. इस बार आप ध्यान देंगे कि this has been increased from 0.4 to 0.45, and from 0.67 this has been increased to 0.75. तो अगर हम इसी एक्सप्रेशन को ग्रॉस एरिया की फॉर्म में लिखते हैं, देन इट बिकम्स 0.45 AG plus 0.75 FY minus 0.45 FCK, and this whole is multiplied by ASC, where AG is, as you know, gross area of the section, AS is total area of steel in the section, MUX Z, MUYZ, MUX1 and MUY1 are explained here. Alpha to the power n, the value is 1 when PU upon PUZ is less than or equal to 0.2. अगर PU और PUZ रेशियो की वैल्यू 0.2 से कम या उसके बराबर आती है तो अल्फा की वैल्यू 1 लेते हैं. अल्फा की वैल्यू 0.67 प्लस 1.67 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय PU अपॉन PUZ. अल्फा n की वैल्यू ये रहेगी अगर PU अपॉन PUZ का रेशियो 0.2 और 0.8 के बीच में लाया करता है, और अल्फा टू द पावर n की वैल्यू 0 रहेगी अगर PU अपॉन PUZ रेशियो ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0.8 है. अगर 0.8 से ज्यादा या बराबर भी है तो वैल्यू होगी. So we'll discuss one more numerical on this. Given we have to design reinforcement which is to be provided in short column which is subjected to PU as 2000 kilonewton. MUX is given as 130 kilonewton meter, which is about the major principal axis, and MUY is 120 kilonewton meter, which is about the minor principal axis. The unsupported length of the column is given as 3.2 meter, width is given as 400 meter, and depth D is 500 meter. We have to use M25 and FE415 grades for design. Because it is given that the column is short column, so we'll directly switch to eccentricity part. So we'll verify the value of eccentricities. It is given that value of L is 3200, which is 3.2 meter, B is 400 mm and D is 500 mm given in the question. So the minimum eccentricities are again given by these formulas. It is greater of this value L upon 500 plus B upon 30 or 20. इन दोनों में से जो भी ज्यादा आएगा वो. So this value comes out to be 19.73 and this value is 20. So we will take 20. And in case of EY minimum, we take greater of this value or 20. So this value comes out to be 23.07, which is greater than 20. So we'll take EY minimum as 23.07 mm. From PU, which is given as 2000 kilonewton meter, MUX is given as 130 kilonewton meter, and MUY is given as 120 kilonewton meter. The value of EX is MUX upon PU, and which is given like this. MUX is 130 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 6 divided by PU, which is 2000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 3. So this comes out to be 65 mm. This is the value of EX, and EY is MUY upon PU. So this is again 120 raised to the power 10 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 2000 multiplied by 10 to the power 3, which is 60 mm. So both EX and EY are greater than EX minimum and EY minimum respectively. We can see EX और EY की वैल्यू EX minimum और EY minimum से कम है, ज्यादा है, I'm sorry, और जितनी रिक्वायरमेंट हो इसलिए सही है. Next is we'll assume a trial section which includes the reinforcement. तो reinforcement को include करके trial section assume कर लेंगे. We have B value as 400 mm, D is 500 mm. For the reinforcement, MU is 1.15 multiplied by M square UX plus M square UY. तो इसको अगर हम सॉल्व करेंगे, इसकी वैल्यू आ जाती है 203.456 किलोन्यूटन मीटर. So if we find this value, PU divided by FCK into BD. So PU is 2000 upon 2000 into 10 to the power 3 divided by FCK is 20, which is multiplied by 400 and 500. The value comes out to be 0.4. And if we find this value, MU upon FCK BD square, the value comes out to be 0.0814. Let's assume D dash as 60 mm. So this value becomes D dash upon D as 0.12. From the charts 44 and 45 go given in the code itself, the value of P upon FCK is interpolated as 0.06. तो इस केस में अगर हम D dash by D की वैल्यू 0.12 लेते हैं तो चार्ट से P by FCK की वैल्यू 0.06 इंटरपोलेट करके आ जाती है. So P is 0.06 multiplied by 25 and its value is 1.5%. तो हमें परसेंटेज ऑफ स्टील 1.5% मिल जाती है, which gives area of steel as 3000 m square, क्योंकि 1.5% of the area of concrete. तो अगर हम 1.5% निकालते हैं 400 multiplied by 400 by 500 का, so the value comes out to be 3000 mm square. For this we'll provide 12 20 mm dia bars which constitute an area of 3769 mm square. तो अगर हम ये वाली कंडीशन रखते हैं तो एक्चुअल P प्रोवाइडेड 1.8845% हो जाएगा. So P by FCK value becomes 0.07538. Next step is determination of MUX1 and MUY1. We have PU upon FCK BD as 0.4, P upon FCK as 0.0738. Now we get MUX upon FCK BD square from chart corresponding to D dash. is 58 mm. So जब d dash की वैल्यू 58 है तो वहां से हमें mu x1 अपॉन fc के bd स्क्वायर की वैल्यू मिल जाती है. d dash अपॉन d की वैल्यू, अगर d dash 58 है तो d dash अपॉन d की वैल्यू हो जाती है 0.116. So we interpolate values of chart 44 and 45 to get the value of mu x1 upon fc के bd square as 0.09044. तो इन चेंजेस को करने के बाद हमें mu x1 upon fc के bd square की वैल्यू 0.09044 मिल जाती है. Therefore mu x1 becomes 0.944 multiplied by 25 into 400 into 500 into 500 because it is square and it is raised to the power 6. Because it is in meters, so 10 raised to the power minus 6, so it becomes 226.1 kilonewton meter. For mu x1, d dash by b value is given by this. If d dash is 58 upon 400 is 0.145. So in this similar manner, we'll get the value of mu y1. जैसे कि हमें यहाँ पे mu x1 की वैल्यू मिले, वैसे ही हम mu y1 की वैल्यू निकाल लेंगे इस फॉर्मूला से. 0.085825, this is fck, b square and this time d. B square is 400 into 400 and capital D is 500, which is multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6, and the value comes out to be 171.6 kilonewton meter. As mu x1 and mu y1 are significantly greater than mu x and mu y respectively, we have to consider this session as it is, and there is no need of redesigning. Next step is determination of puz and a alpha to the power n. puz का फॉर्मूला गिवन है, which is 0.45 fck bd plus 0.75 fy minus 0.45 fck, and this whole is multiplied by the area of steel, and the value of puz comes out to be 3380 kilonewton. Now the value of alpha n is obtained by the ratio of pu and puz. So pu value is 2000 given in the question, and puz we have just found out to be 3380.7 kilonewton. The value comes out to be 0.5916. So it lies between 0.2 and 0.8. So we'll use this formula, which is 0.67 plus 1.67 multiplied by pu upon puz. So this gives the value of alpha to the power n as 1.658. Next, we'll check the adequacy of the section. Using the values mu x, mu x1, mu y, mu y1 and alpha to the power n in equation 5. So this is equation 5. This one, mu x upon mu x1, this raised to the power alpha to the power n, plus mu y upon mu y1, this also raised to the power alpha to the power n, and this value should be less than or equal to 1. So if we put all these values in this equation, you can see we get the value 0.9521, and it should be less than 1, and it comes out to be less than 1. This means the design is safe. Next step is to calculate transverse reinforcement, and we'll be done with the numerical then. So as per clause 26.5.3 2C of IS 456, the diameter of lateral tie should be greater than 20 by 4 times 20 divided by 4 mm dia. So we have to provide 8 mm dia bars following the arrangement shown in figure 10.2.6, and the spacing of lateral ties is the least of these values. So 400 mm जो कि least lateral dia है, 320 mm which is 60 times the dia of longitudinal reinforcement जो कि हमने 20 ही दी थी, so 16 times of 20 is 320 and 300 mm. तो इसीलिए जो इन तीनों में सबसे कम है उससे भी कम वैल्यू लेनी है. सो अकॉर्डिंगली वी विल प्रोवाइड 8 mm lateral tie alternatively at 250 mm CC center to center. So this is the figure. This is how our column design column will look like. So you can see these are alternate ties spaced at 250 mm center to center. These are 20 mm dia bars which you can count, and they are 12 in number, 3 here and 3 on all the 4 sides, so it becomes 12. Area of steel comes out to be 3769 mm square, and percentage of the steel in this concrete comes out to be 1.8845%. D was given as 500, B was given as 400, and these independent diameters, you can see this value is 58. We got this value here, the value of D dash, this value, and likewise. So this was all with today's session. I hope you guys will study, and if in case there is any doubt, you will contact me. Till then, have a great time. Thank you. I hope you guys could understand and correlate the topics taught in today's session. If there is any query or subject matter issue, feel free to mail me at the given email ID. Live discussion sessions could also be used for discussion of doubts. Thank you.